few years back, Dongchul and his friend Kyong ventured into a fresh endeavor, jointly running a fish delivery service. Dong, once a part of the underworld as a gangster, had a significant transformation when he met his wife, choosing to leave behind his criminal past. He became a devoted husband, deeply committed to his wife's happiness. Seeking a more significant purpose, Dong set his sights on the thriving king crab industry, recognizing its high market demand. As he contemplated this major shift, a pivotal phone call marked the start of a new journey. It led Dong and Kyong to a meeting with a major king crab seller, where decisions were made that would impact their lives significantly. Dong's investment, including a substantial 100 million, part of it borrowed from the bank, took shape. However, his wife, Jisoo, remained unaware of this financial commitment, her own life absorbed by 2 jobs. Upon completing her long day of work, she crossed paths with Dong on their way home. During their conversation, Dong sought Jisoo's opinion on the prospect of investing in the king crab business. Jisoo becomes furious as her husband Dong repeatedly invests in scams, plunging them into debt. Meanwhile, Kitai and his gang attempt a violent break-in. After barging into an apartment, Kitai brutally attacks a debtor, but is captivated by Thelony's daughter's beauty, leading to her kidnapping for ransom. During their escape, Kitai's car collides with Dong's. Dong inspects the damage and urges Kitai's driver to report the accident to the police. Suspicious, Jisoo intervenes when she sees money exchanged and instructs Dong to contact the authorities, unaware of the kidnapping plot unfolding. Captivated by Jisoo's presence, Kitai steps out of his car and begins berating his driver while apologizing to Dong. Startled by the situation, the couple hurriedly departs. The following day, Dong confronts his boss, Kyong, to collect his paycheck but receives a meager sum. Attempting to request more, Kyong dismisses him, leaving Dong no choice but to leave. He later meets with Kyong, and they discover the king crab shipment is docking in a Chinese port, sparking concerns of another deception. That evening, while celebrating Jisoo's birthday, she suggests a fake divorce to retain their apartment. This idea infuriates Dong, leading to a heated argument when he reveals his king crab investment. Jisoo reacts with anger, prompting Dong to calm her down before seeking a resolution. Upon returning with the birthday cake, Dong finds that Jisoo has mysteriously vanished. An uneasy Jisoo takes a cab home and messages Dong, affirming her trust in his decisions, which uplifts him. Later, as Dong's car halts due to a man named Lim transferring items to another vehicle, becomes clear that Lim is Kitai's henchman, intentionally obstructing Dong's path. Meanwhile, at home, Jisoo gets kidnapped by another of Kitai's henchmen. When Dong returns, he's met with a chaotic, ransacked apartment and no sign of his wife. Panic-stricken, he rushes to the police station to report the situation. Authorities show him CCTV footage, revealing that someone had deliberately disabled the cameras before the abduction. As Dong departs the area, unaware of the unfolding crisis, tensions escalate. At the police station, Dong receives a call from Kitai, who forces him to listen to Jisoo's desperate voice. Kitai directs Dong to a business card on the fridge and instructs him to meet at a restaurant. Upon Dong's arrival, Kitai demands that he open the bag before him, revealing a substantial sum of money. Kitai declares it as Jisoo's ransom and informs Dong that she won't return home. Disheartened, Dong provides the money as evidence to the police. However, the authorities appear to dismiss the situation, labeling it as human trafficking. Realizing the urgency, Dong discovers that many women in the city have suffered similar fates. Frustrated by the lack of action, he resolves to take matters into his own hands and seeks alternative help. To seek help, Dong and his friend Kyong arrange a meeting with a private detective named Bear. Kyong reveals that Bear demands a substantial fee they can't afford, having already given money to the police. Frustrated, Dong confronts his boss, Kyong, demanding his full wages, but Kyong refuses and berates him. Dong's physical prowess deters Kyong's men, and Kyong relents, paying his dues in full. Dong and Kyong visit Bear, but their money falls short. The next day, Bear tracks down the license plate number linked to the person who took Dong's money. Analyzing CCTV footage, they identify the car's owner and confront him. The person admits to selling his license plate number to a bookie. The trio sought a man who had sold his license plates due to a gambling addiction tied to a bookie. They ended up in a dubious location and met with an individual who inquired whether they sought license plates or drugs. When the request for client information surfaced, she assumed they were law enforcement and ordered her men to attack. Dong, however, dispatched them one by one, compelling the woman to provide the information. In the evening, Dong visited a nightclub using a business card provided by the bookie, but it was outdated, and the club had changed owners. While parking, he noticed a van with a man and several women exiting, discovering it was Lim who had delayed his return home. Dong approached Lim upon his return to the car, urging him to leave, but Lim managed to escape. Later, Dong received news of a police development. Upon hearing of a discovered body, Dong rushed to the police station, fearing the worst, but the deceased woman was not Jisoo. The following day, Bear investigated the deceased woman and found that she had been missing for 2 years. What's eerie is that she had been comatose before her disappearance, and her husband had once confessed at the police station for an unknown reason. The trio then met with the man whose wife's body was found. He revealed that his wife had been in a coma 2 years ago, and he had cared for her. To raise funds for her treatment, he appeared on a TV show. However, Kitai found him and offered a substantial sum for his wife, whom they claimed was a living corpse. The husband accepted the money, now filled with remorse. Dong contemplated the situation. After their conversation, the man imparts crucial information on the individuals involved, gathered through his investigations. As Dong and his friends return to their car, they're startled by a commotion. The man has taken his own life by jumping from the building's top. Dong recognizes a familiar face and a business card belonging to a man named Dusik, whose car had recently crashed. Later, Dzik visits Dong, failing to recognize him. Dong seizes Dusik from his office and takes him to Bear's office for questioning. There, Dusik endures brutal torture for hours, but refuses to divulge information. Soon, Kitai video calls, threatening to harm Jisoo unless Dong kills Dusik. In desperation, Dong strangles Dusik 6 times until she loses consciousness. Kitai then lays out his demand for Jisoo's release. Following the phone call, Dong's apparent cooperation concealed his true intentions. He expertly pinched 6 arteries on Dusik, causing him to lose consciousness. Dong then jolted him awake with a harsh slap. Dusik, under duress, confessed that they were loan sharks who kidnapped borrowers or their loved ones when debts couldn't be repaid. Sometimes they abducted women based on their appearance, intending to sell them abroad for prostitution at high prices. Kitai, a pervert driven by the belief that money can acquire anything, often succeeded. However, Dong became the first to resist surrender. Despite Dusik's limited knowledge of the hostage's location, restricted to a province, Dong and his friends prepared to retrieve their money. Upon arriving at the police station, Bear and Kyong posed as prosecutors from the central authority. In Seoul, Dong wanted to borrow the money bag from the police officer for further examination. The officer agreed, but insisted on alerting the lead detective. Despite Dong's protests, the constable called the detective, who mentioned that the matter hadn't been reported to the prosecution. Dong, overhearing this, realized he'd been exposed and had previously blown up a police detective's car to divert attention. Ultimately, they escaped with the money. In another scene, kidnapped women are held captive by Kitai and his crew. Furious with Lim, Kitai brutally punished him for mistreating one of the women. After receiving news of the successful money recovery from Dong, Kitai invited him to a rendezvous for the exchange, but secretly ordered his men to kill Dong after the transaction. Later, Jisoo observed something unusual. Jisoo, peering out the recently renovated window, discovers this, and alongside another woman, removes the cover and attempts to pry open the door latch. They manage to create a small opening, and Jisoo escapes. However, a kidnapper intercepts a little girl who is about to follow suit. Jisoo continues to run, and Kitai sets off to pursue her. She races towards the main road and encounters a man whom she implores to take her to the nearest police station. The car gets stuck in traffic in front of the police station. As Jisoo exits the cab to continue her escape, she's almost at the door when Kitai's car pulls up, and he seizes her. The next day, Dong and his friends finally reach the location where the women are being held. Dong storms into the building, confronting anyone in his path as he ascends. Meanwhile, the other girls are being prepared by the kidnappers for transfer to another location. Amid the chaos, Lim hears a commotion and rushes outside, only to be confronted and thrashed by Dong. Meanwhile, Bear and Kyong free the kidnapped women, and the police swiftly arrive to apprehend the kidnappers. Dong frantically searches for his wife, believing she escaped through a window. On his way, he collides with Kitai's car, in which Jisoo is riding. Kitai urges the driver to speed up, and Dong gives chase in a desperate attempt to intercept them. A collision ensues, sending Dong's car down a hill. Kitai seizes an axe, attempting to attack, but Dong vanishes, only to reappear moments later, delivering a fierce beating. Eventually, Dong evicts Kitai from the car. Feigning remorse and suicidal threats, Kitai is restrained by Dong, who continues the assault. Once Kitai passes out, Dong hurries to wake his wife. As the police arrived, relief swept over Jisoo and Dong, who embraced in happiness. Following this dramatic incident, Kitai and his entire gang were arrested, while Dong's heroic tale made headline news. The shipment of king crab finally reached Korea, turning out to be an incredibly profitable investment for Dong, ultimately making him wealthy. Finally, Jisoo and Dong celebrated his birthday by indulging in king crab at his new restaurant. With this heartwarming scene, the movie came to a close, leaving the audience with a sense of triumph and joy.